Join me as I take on the challenge of becoming a true beacon of hope, stepping beyond just belief and making a real impact in the lives of those around me. We've all been there, going through the motions, attending church services, reading spiritual books, and praying regularly. But have you ever stopped to think about what it truly means to be a believer? Is it just about ticking off a religious to-do list, or is it about something more? I believe it's about being a beacon of hope, a shining light in the darkness, a source of comfort and inspiration to those around us. Life can be tough, and maintaining faith in the face of adversity is no easy feat. It's easy to get consumed by our own problems, to let fear and doubt creep in, and to lose sight of the bigger picture. When the world around us seems to be falling apart, it's hard to keep the faith. We may feel like our prayers are going unanswered, like God is silent, or like we're just not good enough. We start to question everything, from our beliefs to our values, and even our very identity. And yet, despite it all, many of us still hold on to hope. We cling to the promise that things will get better, that the darkness will eventually give way to light, and that our struggles will not be in vain. But how do we keep going when everything around us seems to be saying otherwise? How do we maintain our faith in the face of uncertainty, and how do we spread hope in a world that often seems devoid of it? We've all heard the saying, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But what if life gives you more than you can handle? What if the lemons are piled high, and you're not sure where to start? That's when faith comes in, not as a magic solution that makes everything okay, but as a steady anchor that holds us fast, even in the midst of the storm. I know people who have faced unimaginable tragedy, only to come out the other side with a deeper sense of purpose and a stronger faith. I know people who have lost loved ones, faced financial ruin, or suffered unimaginable pain, yet still managed to find joy, hope, and peace in the midst of it all. And I know people who have taken their faith and turned it into action, inspiring others and making a real difference in their communities. Take, for example, the story of a young woman who started a food bank in her local community. She saw a need, and she met it, not just with words, but with actions. She didn't just pray for the hungry, she fed them. She didn't just talk about the importance of community, she built one. And as she did, she inspired others to do the same. Soon, the entire town was coming together to make a difference, and all because one person had the courage to take her faith and turn it into action. Or take the story of a pastor who, in the aftermath of a devastating hurricane, went door to door, checking on his neighbors, praying with them, and offering what little comfort he could. He didn't just preach about hope, he embodied it. He didn't just talk about God's love, he demonstrated it. And as he did, he inspired a whole community to come together and rebuild. There was a time when a group of volunteers came together to help a family who had lost their home in a fire. They didn't just donate money or clothes, they showed up, rolled up their sleeves, and got to work. They helped the family rebuild, not just their home, but their lives. And as they did, they inspired others to do the same. I'll never forget the story of a young boy who, in the midst of battling cancer, became a beacon of hope to everyone around him. Despite the pain, the fear, and the uncertainty, he found joy in the little things, and he spread that joy to everyone he met. He didn't just fight for his own life, he inspired others to fight for theirs. And even in the midst of his own struggle, he became a source of hope to those around him. What I want you to know is that you have the power to be that person, to be a beacon of hope in the lives of those around you. You have the power to take your faith and turn it into action, to inspire others, to make a difference, and to bring hope to a world that desperately needs it. Remember, being a beacon of hope isn't about being perfect, it's about being faithful. It's not about having all the answers, it's about being willing to ask the questions. It's not about being a superhero, it's about being a regular person who is willing to step out in faith and make a difference. So, I want to leave you with a challenge today. What will you do to become a beacon of hope in the lives of those around you? Will you volunteer at a local charity? Will you visit the sick, the lonely, or the marginalized? Will you simply be a listening ear, a comforting presence, or a helping hand? Whatever you choose, remember that your faith has the power to transform lives, and I want to hear about it in the comments below.